It's Scott Lovett, and here we are with this month's Monday Minute. I am so excited this month about what God has been doing in my life, and I know you're excited about what He's doing in yours. Well, this month, we're going to go over a topic that really no one wants to talk about. We just want to act like it's true. The fact is that many of us have been influenced by the theory of evolution. A lot of you watching today, you've even come to believe that it is true, and it is false. It's time that we stop this advancement of evolution that is impacting our children. You say it doesn't matter. We are in a time where denominations and even men behind pulpits are accepting evolution as true. The fact is that neither the fossil records nor molecular biology accept the evolutionary theory as true. In fact, there's an increasing number of scientists in our day that are rejecting evolution altogether, while the government and demonic spirits hold on to it at all costs, even to the point that they would say that we are weird for believing in creation. All of the earth testifies that there is a God because there is a designer. I'm here today to talk to you this month and on Mondays about evolution. The first thing I want to talk about is Theist Evolution. Do you know what that is? Theist Evolution is when church people begin to adopt evolution as a form of God's creation. Now, there is a distinct way God created in Scripture that comes against evolution. You cannot just sit here and accept evolution, and there is a reason why. But while we're talking about this, I want to show you that denominations have begun to accept evolution. It's a scary thing. Many of the denominations across this country are accepting of it because they think that they don't have any way to disprove it. It's a lie. They will not follow history. They will not study. They will not go to scientific method. They won't even keep science within its own bounds of proving its own theory. In fact, evolution does not even qualify as a theory because it cannot be proven. The Vatican, which often appears ambivalent in the past, has recently gone out of its way to affirm the compatibility of evolutionary science with the Bible. Well, we say we just can't explain, but you know, God could have made us that way. The fact is the Bible is absolute and true. A movement known as the Clergy Letter Project, signed by 10,000 ordained ministers and priests in America, said, "We believe that the theory of evolution is a foundational scientific truth, one that has stood up to rigorous scrutiny and upon which much of human knowledge and achievement rests. To reject this truth, or to treat it as one theory among others, is to deliberately embrace scientific ignorance and transmit such ignorance to our children. All of you pastors that sign such a thing, you are the transmitters of ignorance, because it has not been made a factual fact. It is something that takes millions and billions of years to prove, but you can't prove it because you can't go back there. Isn't that amazing? But the fact is that the Bible is proven, and we can see intelligent design all around us. There is, I will say it again, there is no fossil record to prove evolutionary theory. Now, there is microevolution and there is macroevolution. Microevolution is small changes. It's what we call natural adaptation. It is where an animal adapts to a climate. The finches in Darwin's book adapted to a climate. Whenever there was very little water and they couldn't get a hold of an easy access source for food, their beaks became large so that they could crack things and open things to eat them. And when the water returned, to this day, the finch's beak have went backwards. If you call that evolution, you're nuts. To change backwards and forwards, it didn't change the pigeon. Because God made things according to their kind. Or it didn't change the finch, pardon me. Because God made things according to their kind. There's yet to see a macroevolution where one animal moves to another total animal or total kind. A dog is a dog and will always be a dog. There are big dogs and little dogs, but dogs are dogs. And when you put two dogs together, their DNA works together to form another dog. You can see evolution at work with a horse and a donkey. Put them in a pen and you will have a mule. Is it evolution? No, it's things working according to kind. And there is not a change of kind with evolution. Now, What scared me recently is the General Presbytery of the Assemblies of God denomination on August 9th through 11th, 2010, adopted a revised statement on its doctrine of creation. Here's an excerpt, okay? Or here's an excerpt of what they said, their position paper. The advance of scientific research, particularly in the last few centuries, has raised many questions about the interpretation of the Genesis accounts of creation. In attempting to reconcile the Bible with the theories and conclusions of scientists, it should be remembered that the creation accounts do not give precise details to how God went about his creative activity, nor do these accounts provide us with complete chronologies that enable us to date with precision the time of various stages of creation. Similarly, the findings of science are constantly expanding. The accepted theories of one generation are often revised in the next. As a result, equally devout Christian believers have formed very different opinions about the age of the earth, the age of humankind, and the ways in which God went about his creative process. Given the limited information available in Scripture, it does not seem wise to be overly dogmatic about any particular creation theory. Whatever creation theory we individually may prefer, we must affirm that the entire creation has been brought into being by the design and activity of a triune God. We act like it doesn't matter how we accept creation. It does. As a Christian, you are to accept the principles of the Bible, Christianity. And there is a reason that God set you different from the animals. Well, we're going to go into some of those reasons in coming weeks. But today, I would like you to go to ferventfire.com, and there I would like you to watch a movie. It's right on the screen. It's called Evolution versus God. And I want you to watch it and really look at these scientists. Really look at them look at the atheists. Look at them. They're trying to prove there is no God. That's why they want evolution, because they want everybody to be animals. Don't you understand it? Because the image of God is in man. Now, listen to me. You can go to ferventfire.com and you can watch that clip. Also online, there's a place where you can get a book by a man that wrote about creationism even before Darwinism came out, and it's a great scientific book. You'll really, really enjoy it. Well, I got to go. I'm taking too much time. If you want to get this month's CD, it's called Theist Evolution, and I have a question at the bottom. From pond scum to purpose. Is that what you're telling me? That you were pond scum and now you're fulfilling God's purpose? I'm sorry, pond scum and you have a different DNA, and pond scum was not made in the image of God. You can get this CD for a $7 donation. I want to send it to you. And here's what I've got to say. I'm not praying today. I just feel like saying something. If you believe in evolution, I want to let you know that you forgot to visit your family at the zoo.